Happy Friday, one and all. Welcome to my favorite.
I'm sorry, Friday.
Happy Friday, one and all. Welcome to my favorite edition of the morning show. Why? Because I ain't got to work tomorrow. Same reason it's your favorite edition. My name is Doobie Mosley. And Doobie Mosley just rebooted his machine. He has to log into a couple of things. So forgive me. I am the co-founder here at Laughing Place. Getting older and older by the day. Over there is our executive editorial director, Monsieur Kyle Burbank. How are you today, Kyle?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I am doing fairly peachy keen. Let us
fairly peachy keen.
Fairly peachy keen. Talking about what's going on in the world of Disney on this Friday, and some fun stuff here at Laughing Place too. But let's get started the way we always do.
Bump it up.
As soon as, I knew I was doing wrong even before I clicked, but I just couldn't stop myself.
It's okay.
All right. Yesterday we were staying steady, 118.49. We've been hanging around 119 all week. How we looking today? Let's find out. We are 118.03. So still steady, although I prefer steady in the up direction instead of steady in the down direction.
DBG.
I did get I did not get the memo, but it is National Blue Shirt Day. It's also National Blame Someone Else Day, apparently. So I blame Kyle for everything wrong with my life. And it's a long, long list.
And I blame Mike Celestino for every George Lucas mistake. It was a song that he had commissioned. Anyway, what were you going to say?
I have no idea what's coming up next. I'm just waiting to see.
Here's Rachel.
Hello there, and welcome to another edition of the LP Disney Weather Report. Some boys kiss me, some boys hug me. I think they're okay. If they don't give me proper credit, I just walk away. They can beg and they can plead, but they can't see the light. That's right. 'Cause the boy with the cold hard cash is always Mr. Right. 'Cause we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim will be mostly sunny today, and top out at 78 degrees. There's also a very small chance of rain tonight, but I wouldn't worry much. Walt Disney World will crack 90 today and feel like 99. Additionally, some showers are possible in the mid-afternoon. Castaway Cay will hit 83 today, with winds picking up in the afternoon. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point will feel like 95 today with partly cloudy skies. Disneyland Paris is surprisingly warm this evening with temps in the low 90s. However, once the sun goes down, they'll fall into the mid-70s. Tokyo will start the day with cloudy skies, but that will turn to rain in the early afternoon, with precipitation chances then lingering into the night. Temperature-wise, their high is just 75. Shanghai will break a triple-digit heat index tomorrow, despite it actually only being 90 degrees. They'll also see a few showers on and off during the day. Lastly, Hong Kong will be rainy tomorrow, with showers likely throughout the entire day. Meanwhile, it will be 84 on paper but feel like 92. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
And now, joining the show is someone very special. We have a mutual friend in Wally. He's the Doobster's favorite person on Earth, and he's a tub time extraordinaire. You know him, you may or may not love him. Here he is. Drumroll. Technically Tony.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now.
You know, so technically Tony, we're coming back to Tony. I got some stuff to say.
Okay.
Ethan who? I mean, Rachel has made me forget all about Ethan already. Rachel is fantastic. I love her, and I don't care what you guys say out there, although, Steven, I'm a little worried about what you had to say. See, Ethan, we missed you. First of all, those of you who think we dropped Ethan willy-nilly, no, Ethan was making some unrealistic contract demands. Okay, we're not made of money here at Laughing Place, so we were only willing to go so far. If he thinks he can do better on the open market, more power to him. We wish him the best of luck. But Rachel, who we got on the cheap, is doing a great job, and we are very happy to have her.
I will also state that I selected Material Girl before we hired a new person. I didn't know if it was going to be a male or a female. So
that's very funny. So girl power, happy to have Rachel. Speaking of girl power, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Betty.
I have to keep it.
Don't do it, Tony. But Tony's here to talk to us about some news. Tony was not at in France today, but
No.
Alex was, and Tony was paying attention. So he's going to give us a rundown of the Annecy news from Pixar and a little bit of Disney, but mostly Pixar.
Yeah, so we got news about what's happening next week, which we all know, Elio, and then we've also just saw me sign my life away to this company for another 3 years as we turned the lineup of Pixar films coming to theaters in the.
An item to this one.
Sorry about that, Tony. Go ahead.
Okay.
We're still getting used to our programming.
Elio up there in the corner on the left, and then the right coming up next is Hoppers in spring of next year, and then Toy Story 5 in summer of next year, and then what definitely has my attention, a black cat on the run from the mob in Italy from the director of Luca.
My favorite Pixar movie
called Gatto. So I'm very excited about that one. But yeah, we're learning more and more about that as we come along. We've got confirmed that Joan Cusack is coming back as Jessie in Toy Story 5. Apparently that was not known, I guess just widely assumed to be true, and then it got actually confirmed.
That's always good for a contract
negotiation. And that sounds, as what Pete Doctor called, a mix of Avatar, Mission Impossible, and BBC's Planet Earth. So...
did we have what's the time frame on Gatto?
Gatto's summer 2027.
Okay. So within the next 2 years, essentially, we have 4 Pixar movies?
Yeah. Yes.
If all goes to plan.
If all goes to plan. And they're all, ready for it, theatrical. None of these are for Disney Plus off the bat.
Pixar will never do Disney. That was just a COVID thing, right? That's not going to happen anymore.
I think it's off the record, I think it was COVID and prior leadership trying to tank the studio, personally. But
I hate to tell you this, you're on the record. And the best part to me is only one of these is a franchise. The other 3 are original.
Right, because there's also in the years following, we didn't hear much about it still, but we know Incredibles 3 is on the way, and we know Coco 2 is also on the way. But yes, this was all focused, with the exception of Toy Story 5, on the original ideas.
Very exciting. What else do you want to tell us about what's going on here? Have you seen Elio yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
But I will.
Alex did get to see some stuff from Gatto that he passed along to you, right? As far as like the style and stuff.
Yes, I was going to talk about that in a second. Geo points out that it looks like a Leapfrog tablet. We actually learned a little bit more. If you go back to the tablet shot there you go. That tablet's name is LilyPad. It is Bonnie's tablet. She is now 8 and trying to stay connected with the world. And I think social media is too young for 8, but that's what they say.
It is.
She is using her LilyPad and trying to be connected. But Lily thinks that the toys are Bonnie has outgrown the toys. So I feel like without them saying LilyPad is the villain, LilyPad's the villain. But we don't know for sure.
Look at those crazy eyes. She's definitely the villain.
See also Lotso. Now, Gatto, aside from a plot which follows Nero, a black cat in the streets of Venice who can't swim, mind you, and are superstitious Italians like myself don't trust black cats to begin with. Really not the best place for him, but that's where he's there, outrunning the feline mob. But if you look at this art, it looks quite like a painting, wouldn't you say? Like an Italian painting?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So apparently the developers over at Pixar are working on systems that will make the animation look like an animated painting.
Interesting.
And it's very intriguing, and I want to see more about it and what's to come with this development. I know, like, if you look at Turning Red, that's kind of like a 3D anime influence, kind of. But it could go the other way. And granted, it's a different studio, and I have higher faith in Pixar. But Wish was trying to be like an illustrated drawing in every frame, and that maybe didn't work to its advantage.
Off the record.
I didn't say that this time. I have very been outspoken. I'm like, just draw it. If you want it to look drawn, draw it. But
well, so help me out, Tony, because when I look at this is just a 2D painting. There's
Yes.
nothing 3D about this. Pixar is known for 3D. This will be a 3D film. This will look like a 3D film.
It's so what they said is that it's going to use all we know really is that it's basically they're in development of, it sounds like, I don't want to put words in their mouth because they kind of left it vague, but they're working on it. But it sounds like they're working on some kind of engine that will probably make it look like a painting, but in a 3D world. Yes.
So sorry. So interesting. Well, this artwork, when I first heard the name Gatto, zero interest, cat sir. But then when I saw this artwork, I'm like, now we're talking. Like at Portofino Bay here. Yeah.
So it's Venice, which is funny because Portofino Bay looks more like Porto Rosso, the fictitious city from Luca.
Yes.
Sure. So when I saw it again, the first one I saw was cropped at the waterline there, so it did look like definitely Porto Rosso or Portofino again. I said Luca, or not Luca, Enrico, who's the director of Luca. He also did La Luna, the short. So I'm like,
he's in a rut.
Does he just really love and know Italy that well? He can't branch out to a new location. But I'm here for it, and the plot line that we know so far, it's still 2027. Things can change. If
do we know any of the talent attached to this? Any of the voice talent attached to this?
No, not yet. Not that they've made aware of, anyway.
Imagine they announced that Gatto is Tom Cruise.
I really think. Well, we almost got that once when John Travolta was Bolt, but that was another different studio.
Yeah, this does remind me of Disney Sea, as Rebecca says, with the.
I made the joke earlier too, and I almost put it in a video that will soon be arriving on our YouTube channel, probably within the hour. But I almost made the joke that Enrico just wants a ride of his in the Italy Pavilion at EPCOT. So,
or the Venetian.
There you go.
Cool. All right. Anything else you want to tell us, Tony? My favorite person in the world. Before we let you go.
Watch Laughing Place YouTube's channel. Hopefully within the hour you'll have more information about
this. Is a LP Pulse.
Okay.
Yes.
Tony is doing the latest LP Pulse, the kind of quick hit news pieces we do when something big drops in the world of Disney. Our last one was on, what was our last? Oh, the Disneyland Resort changes. And now we've got the latest from Pixar and Annecy. So thank you, Alex. Thank you, Tony, for being here.
Yep.
And we'll let you get back to your video. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir. Oh, no. Ciao. There we go. Yeah, there's no woo. No one died.
Well,
all right.
Some people died. Brian Wilson.
We are good. That is. How did was I not on that day?
We don't usually cover deaths on this show.
We're happy.
Just bloat them out. And
Brian Wilson died. I came to love Brian Wilson because I saw the Disney Plus documentary. I went to the city to see it. They showed it on IMAX briefly, and I saw that. And I got a bit. My wife has always been a big fan of his, but that gave me a real big affection for the Beach Boys and Brian Wilson. So there's definitely a Disney connection there. Never even heard of it. What is that?
It's a biopic with Paul Dano as young Brian Wilson, and then John Cusack as older Brian Wilson during the Landy years.
I know I saw a Beach Boys biopic, but it wasn't Love and Mercy. And now that I look at that, maybe I know what I'll be doing today. All right, let us move on to. All right, so last night, me and my son, or my wife went to bed early. Me and my son are watching some YouTube, and I said, before you go to bed, Gideon, I want to check out. Not that. Let's get rid of Tony here. I want to check out F.A.I.L, the newest Atmosphere Entertainment. And Gideon's like, I have no interest in this. And I said, he said, it's like 15 minutes. We don't have to watch the whole video. We can watch like 2 minutes of it. And I put it on, and we watched the entire thing. Gideon did not say stop at any point. And when it was over, I believe his quote was, that wasn't horrible. So,
which means he'll only watch it 10 more times a day.
I personally thought it was pretty darn good. So F.A.I.L is new Atmosphere Entertainment in World Discovery over there in the Communicore Plaza. F.A.I.L stands for Florida Artificial Intelligence Laboratory. And it stars Misinformation, who's on the left, and Algorithm on the right. And she is a animatronic in progress trying to learn from humans. And they put on this little show where I believe her goal in this show is to put on that lab coat behind her. And it's not fall on the ground hilarious, but it's cute and funny and a tiny bit edgy. And I really loved it, and will definitely make a point of seeing this in person the next time I'm in Florida. So you can see the full video of this performance. It's very improvised, so every show is going to be different, a lot of audience interaction. So go watch this show, watch other videos, and then go see it in person and support live entertainment like this.
Cool Kid Summer.
Cool. Yeah, some of those jokes had me thinking, this isn't really a part of Cool Kid Summer. I mean, not like adult, but certainly not the people making crafts like a lot of other Cool Kids Summer.
Well, they're not billing it as being part of Cool Kids Summer, nor are they billing it at all. So.
Just some new atmosphere entertainment. It's adorable. I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. Okay. In other news, this would fit in Cool Kids Summer, but it's not at the parks. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Plus, it's not really what they call this thing, is set to debut. We have a date now. How did Duffy not make the poster?
Maybe he's a guest star, so maybe contractually he can't be. Only the regulars get to be on the poster.
All right, so we have a date for this now. It is July 21st. July 21st, you'll be able to see 10 episodes on Disney Plus and Disney Junior On Demand. This continues the adventures of Mickey and Pals from the original hit series, which aired 2006 to 2016 and is still hugely popular. I got to believe, even though it hasn't had new episodes since 2016, every year new kids are still growing up on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. And this new one introduces new friends, including Duffy the Disney Bear. So be sure to check that out, July 21st.
Well, speaking of cool kid summer, Universal Studios Hollywood is actually having their mega movie summer, and we got lots of news out of that. So some new features that are available now, as well as some upcoming things such as this. We got a new look at the Fast and the Furious coaster coming. Believe it or not, this is going to go a staggering 72 miles per hour. There are going to be 4 different ride vehicles. This is one of them. Oh, cool. This is inspired by Dominic Toretto's 1970 Dodge Charger, and this is set to open next year. So, but things you can enjoy right now, Captain Quint and Chief Brody from Jaws have made their Hollywood debut. They've previously been seen at during the Mega Movie Parade over at Universal Orlando, and now you can meet them over in the Hollywood area. So. Our Hollywood Park. Yeah, we could check out some of them. They're very proud that they caught that shark, I guess.
Good morning, Mr. Quint.
Welcome. It's Captain
Quint. I'm sorry. How are things on Amity this time of year?
What have you heard?
A lot of tourists in town.
A lot of tourists.
Have you been getting along with the mayor and the Chief Brody?
Yeah. Mayor doesn't do anything. It's not even the way he's in charge. See with that Chief Brody. Don't worry. They'll need me at some point.
They'll need you.
Of course.
Do you mind if we do a little sing-along? I know a couple songs that farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, ladies of Spain. And then another good one is show me the way to go home. Tired and I want to go to bed.
Get it going.
I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it went right to my head. Wherever I may roam, be land or sea or foam, you will always hear me singing the song. Show me the way to go home.
All right, take the picture.
I love it. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Oh my goodness.
That's our real winner of the week, no matter what I say later.
Gideon told me that Mike did a great job with this, and I haven't seen it till now. I don't know what we're going to do with that, but we need to do more with that than just have it on Twitter. That was incredible.
That answers the question: how can you evoke holding a cigarette and a beer without actually doing it?
That's very true. Anyway, nice job, Mike. Very nice.
In addition to those characters, some other fun things are popping up over at Jurassic World: The Ride. They've installed some new spitter dinosaurs that are right before the unload area, so you can get soaked. In addition to that, they've added Jurassic World water blasters for just $1.
For free, I can squirt everybody?
$1. You can soak people going down the 84-foot drop as if they're not going to get soaked enough from that.
They do take credit cards.
There you go.
That is crazy. $1 for these. Usually these things are just free. You just,
I don't know. I think it depends. But one of my favorite things in our
I like that you're in the soak zone when you're just as likely to get wet as they are with this.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. My favorite addition is Dolores, a new meet and greet of a dinosaur of a breed I'm not going to try to say. It reminds me of a koala. What do you think?
I see. Yeah, that is definitely koala-like. Is this a made-up like hybrid fake species?
It's Jurassic. It's from the new movie, I think. So I'm sure that this is some sort of designer dino that looks cute and probably, kills you first and fastest.
I cannot figure out how they do these handheld animatronics like this. This is so cool.
Yeah, so Mike got to meet Dolores, and you can check out our video right here on YouTube. Very cute. Hopefully it goes as viral as the last dino video.
I thought her name was Mova.
Me too. I don't know why I thought that. And then finally, I wanted to highlight some of the food that you can get during Mega Movie Summer and some of the, more importantly, the novelties, the sippers and the popcorn buckets and such. And so there you go. We've seen the Jaws one before. I know that was a big deal when it was teased earlier.
I'm just realizing what that is. That's hilarious.
Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon cookie and several other food items and some popcorn buckets that are interesting.
I always love these food.
That's a very basic meal right there.
These media food displays knowing Mike Celestino.
I like that dino.
None of it. The flux capacitor patty.
See, they burned the logo onto the bread. So that'll cost extra.
I want to see these.
They put a speed limit in that.
Some of these are better than others. And they put a 40 years on there.
Ooh, if you like pina coladas.
The Amity Island Parfait. And they just put the little thing on there. Fish and chicken.
Somebody is like, heck no, I don't like no parfait.
This is great. Yes, I'm going to go through all 24 of these.
That's
4 more to go.
Baby toothless popcorn bucket. Which is ironic because I don't think a toothless could eat popcorn.
A T-Rex donut, a little stepper. Oh, this is from Voodoo. Little stepper, Aguilopes donut, and a donut go in the water.
You got a pun in real time. That was fantastic.
I didn't get it till I said it.
Anyway, all of this fun is available during Mega Movie Summer at Universal Studios Hollywood through August 10th of this year. That's a Sunday.
Donut go in the water. That's great.
All right. Doobie, let's check out the top 10 before we move on with this ridiculous show.
Let's do that. All right. Snow White's out. It better be in the top 10. Let's check out what's in the top 10. This is my Family Safe TV 14. Let's see. Lilo and Stitch is in first place because you've seen the live action. Let's go back and see the animated. Brave New World, Alvin and the Chipmunks, a different princess, Cinderella. Maybe people are confused. The Squeakquel, Leroy and Stitch, Hamilton. That's right. Nice to see it. Don't know why. Oh, probably because of the Tony Awards brought back a lot of.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch the movie, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Ocean, Snow White is officially a failure.
Wow.
Formats. Not even in the top 10.
Not even beat up by Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I actually love, but it was 3 versions of Stitch got in ahead of it.
What is this?
It's just the YouTube video, but they uploaded it to Disney Plus now. Or maybe it was always on Disney Plus and they're just promoting it for some reason.
Making it huge. But the very first thing when you go to Disney Plus, I click on the little first circle, is Snow White. And apparently
please.
Not enough.
It's free. It's included with their thing. Just do it.
Wow, that's crazy. I am surprised that people aren't checking it out more. Okay.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
Your name's
on it. And speaking of abysmal, why did I put my name on here?
I don't know. I'll do it.
You know what? No, you know why I did it? Because you already did all the work. So I'm like, oh, I'll take this one.
Well, I didn't actually do all the work. Oh, sure. Gotcha.
Go ahead.
So this new documentary premiering on Hulu, and as the publicist corrected me, also on Hulu on Disney Plus. Those are separate things. No way to conflate those. Anyway, Luke reviewed this for us. His subhead is, how do you hope to be remembered? Which is, of course, a famous Barbara Walters quote. His final paragraph, Barbara Walters, tell me everything, really did a great job of telling me everything I needed to know about Barbara Walters.
Who knew?
Turn around. It's a name everyone is familiar with, but her personal life and story was a mystery to me. It was fascinating to find out what led her down the path she took, much of the story in her own words, and how she used her brilliant charm and excellent interviewing skills to open doors for women in her field. So you can check that out June 23rd on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Don't be confused.
They seriously made me say that.
And the rest.
Never mind. All right. And the rest. We have an article on a book signing at Disneyland. It is the book, not Barbara Walters, the book, The Happiest Place on Earth. And the authors are Don Hahn and Chris Merritt. You know those names. Don Hahn, a producer of acclaimed Disney films like The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast. Chris Merritt, well-known Walt Disney Imagineer and historian, who's designed attractions around the world. And they wrote this book together, The Happiest Place on Earth, the incredible story of Walt Disney's Disneyland. And they are signing this June 21st. That is a week from tomorrow at the Disneyland Resort. They'll be at Wonderland Gallery, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And then presumably they will take a lunch on their own and then go to Disneyana on Main Street and sign from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. If you would like your book signed, you must purchase it at the event. You may not bring your own personal items to have them signed, and they will sign 2 per person.
Do you think they have to put Disneyana on Main Street so it doesn't get confused with Dayton Disneyana?
I think that's why they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's smart move.
We did not have them in Dayton, although it's not a bad idea. Maybe next year.
I mean, it can't get much better than Doobie and Benji. Well, our own Cole Garrick is back with another installment of Extinct Attractions. This time, so this is a misnomer. He always starts with kind of trying to relate what some recent news to what he's covering. In this case, he's doing the Porto Paradiso Water Carnival at Tokyo Disney Sea, one of the first entertainment offerings at Tokyo Disney Sea. So you can look back at the history of that, because I know that you're not familiar with it. So you get to learn.
I am familiar with it. So there.
And then you can check out Cole's probably hundreds of other Extinct Attraction articles at this point. And I'll have more coming up.
Stuff just keeps closing. Cole's the only person I know who gets happy when they announce an attraction closure.
Yeah. First thing he said, "Oh, Mike Kelly's closing? Cool." Slot it in.
I can remember a few years ago where he was really worried he would run out.
Yeah.
The fun stuff.
Hey, Kyle.
Fun stuff is another installment of Barely. And
you just have Bob's written there for a note.
I don't need notes. Our friends at Roosevelt have released a new collection, their first ever Bob's Burgers collection. And they went all out. Like this photo shoot with the background is fantastic. But there's several different styles in both unisex and women's cut. Tons of fun references if you're a fan of the show like I am. And I'm not only do I like a lot of these shirts, but I'm looking forward to what else they could do. I was already brainstorming with Becca some of the other themes I think they should do that maybe I should try to pitch to them and see if they'll take me up on it. But these are available now on Roosevelt's. That's spelled like Teddy Roosevelt, but without the vowels. Remember when we thought it was results?
No, thankfully.
No, I thought it was results. Anyway.
We have reached the portion of the show where Doobie wonders, did I do this? Yes, I did.
Yes.
So, Kyle will show how smart he is by telling us what happened on this day in Disney history, which happens to be Friday the 13th. So some of these things may have happened on Friday the 13th.
But 6 out of 7 won't happen.
Is it that? I mean, I know your logic, but because of leap year, never mind. All right. On this day in 1953, an actor was born. He is in a movie that we talked about earlier today that Tony actually mentioned among the ones he talked about. I'll leave it at that.
Tony talked about. So Tim Allen, Tom Hanks.
Yes, you nailed it. Tim Allen, 1953. Happy
First
birthday
guess.
to the star of Jungle to Jungle and the Shaggy Dog, and of course,
Shifting gears.
Buzz Lightyear in Lightyear. No, he wasn't in Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story, but that's funny when you think of who this next one is. On this day in 1981, another actor
Chris Evans.
Yes, that is correct. Who played Buzz Lightyear in Lightyear. That's hilarious. Also known as America's Derriere. On this day in 1986, an actress was born. Her Disney credits include Thor, Thor Dark World, and WandaVision. And just seeing her perform makes me happy.
Oh, so it's Darcy Lewis. It's she also on Shifting Gears. Weird. Yeah. Her name.
I know you know her name.
I've worked with her. I'm in the Two Broke Girls pilot.
I've worked with her. We're colleagues. I texted her just this morning a happy birthday.
And yet I can't think of her stupid name.
It is kind of a stupid name, actually.
Oh, it's also a fake name. Kat Dennings.
Is not her real name?
No, she came up with her stage name when she was like 9 years old. Her real name is Catherine, so Kat kind of makes sense. But Dennings she just got because her mom was friends with some famous lady, and she just like took a version of her name that she thought sounded good. So yeah, she made up her stage name when she was like 10 years old.
Is this what you learned on the set?
This is what I learned from watching a podcast.
This is her real name is Catherine Victoria Litwack.
That's why she didn't.
She made the right decision. It is time for everyone's favorite segment of the show of the week.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. I'm a loser.
I think we'll just stick with Kyle goes first.
All right. Well, my pick for winner of the week is the Walt Disney Company, specifically Hulu, because that is still your screen. We do this every time. I don't know a better way to do it, so we're just going to keep making that mistake. They are taking full ownership of Hulu at long last. They are paying an additional $400-something million. But when you consider that Comcast wanted them to pay $5 billion, they got off easy. Congratulations. Well done to whichever bank you hired to talk them down on that one.
So awesome. I am glad I was going to pick that. That was certainly my lead. I'm glad I did not, since you did. My runner-up, and I really wanted to pick this, so I'm going to say it, is Orlando. No, that's not. It's Orlando. Orlando actresses who act like robots.
Okay.
Because of the Megan Horde, as well as Misinformation. This is their time, so congratulations to them. But I went with Universal Studios and their ability to use nostalgia so well. They did the Fan Fest earlier this year, and now they've got this movie summer going with Jaws. They know how to use their extensive movie library to its fullest. So congratulations, Universal Studios.
They've come so far since that park had like 6 rides. Only.
6. Jaws on fire. And my loser of the week, this is an easy one, and I don't love it, but the Muppets, they just keep trying, and they keep coming up with new stuff, and it doesn't go anywhere. Muppet Vision hung around forever, but now it finally said goodbye. So along with the closure of Muppet Vision, I'm saying my loser of the week is the Muppets, still trying to figure out a way to save the theater.
My loser of the week is whoever decided to try to tease a mystery meet and greet character at Walt Disney World for annual pass holders, decided to put it at Der Teddy Bar, and said all of my friends are famous, making everyone think it was Duffy, only to reveal that it was Dopey. Nobody dislikes Dopey, but it's not the same fervor as Duffy, and you should have known better. In fact, you can hear more about this rant on the latest episode of the Laughing Place on Balance podcast coming to your ear holes this weekend.
And the irony, his friends aren't all famous because Snow White couldn't even crack the top 10 on Disney Plus.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and 3 different editions of Lilo and Stitch.
And David Attenborough. Do you know how sad it is to get beaten by David Attenborough?
All right. Well, I think that's it for today. I think they're calling AP's Dopey in their own special way. That's a great deal. Love that. Anything else, Kyle, before we close it out? Yes, we do have something else before we close it out.
Yeah, go for it.
We've got something new here at Laughing Place. We would like everyone watching this to go to laughingplace.com/streak.
It's not what you think.
It's definitely not what you think. If you're thinking what Kyle's thinking, it's this new game that we're launching called The Streak.
That's my screen.
I know. I got to remove yours. There we go. I don't know why adding mine doesn't just remove yours. It's drives me crazy.
And then apparently that's Benji. We never know what's going to happen here.
Added the wrong thing. There we go. There's Sorcerer Streak. So this page will explain to you how it's played. It's open now. We're soft launching just for you today while we work out all the bugs over the next week or so, and then we'll do the major launch. So the goal is simple. We're going to ask you a question every day. You're going to give your answer. If you get the answer right, your streak continues. If you get the answer wrong, your streak is broken. If you're really not sure, you can skip the question. Your streak just stays where it is. There's a question more or less every day, and the winner is the one who has the longest streak at any point during the game. What will you win? Something cool. In this initial test period, maybe not. But ultimately, we will be having some pretty fun prizes for you. So go to laughingplace.com/streak. You do have to be registered on Laughing Place to do it. Our very first question is, tomorrow is Finding Nemo submarine's birthday anniversary. Will it have a 30-minute wait at any point tomorrow? Yes or no? Take your guess. Join the streak. laughingplace.com/streak. We think it'll be fun. We're looking forward to playing, and we hope you'll play with us as well.
And unlike trivia, you're allowed to Google during this one.
Yeah. If Googling is going to help you with the future, you are more than welcome to Google.
Well, you can do your research. You can go check out Laughing Place's live Disneyland wait times to maybe get some data.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, what was that? That was me putting Benji on accidentally. Yes, there will be trivia tomorrow, as far as I know. So join us for that. Anything else, Kyle, before we say goodbye?
Watch out. Tony's LP Pulse will be released very shortly, and you can learn even more about everything released from Annecy today.
Cool. Thanks for joining us. Laughingplace.com, this laughingplace.com streak. I better put the streak as a URL, as a redirect too, because I'm going to keep saying that. laughingplace.com/streak. Please come play along and give me your feedback. You can email me at dubiousstreaking@laughingplace.com or any other address, and let me know if any issues you encounter, any suggestions. If you want us to, if you have some good question ideas, let us know. See you next week.